Everyone, welcome to my assignment video. As always, I'll start off with learning targets, which you can find in the module 5 or module 5 overview. Had to think there. My learning targets are three. First, to define key vocabulary words associated with the standardized testing process. To accurately describe the difference between a norm reference and a criterion reference test. Some of you know that difference already is based on your baseline survey. And to be able to intelligently discuss the intricacies of creating a large-scale standardized test. In the next several sessions, we will be exploring the intricacies of creating large-scale tests, along with the topics of validity, reliability, and absence of bias or fairness. These are terms that get tossed around a good deal in educational circles, and they are not always used correctly. I had a colleague of mine who is a high school social studies teacher complain on social media that snow days were affecting the validity of the Regents exams. Maybe someone can tell me what's wrong with that statement in the coming weeks. Okay, your assignments. For the next two modules, you will have a regular DB, a regular discussion board on hard as the dickens, the care that goes into creating large-scale standardized tests. There are many reading materials to which you can and should connect, especially my presentation, Chapter 6 in Cohen and Spencer, Chapter 13 in Popham, as well as the many resources in Module 5, course materials and ancillary materials. There is even a short article written by yours truly. See if you can find it. Remember, you start losing points if your initial post is later than 7 days. Actually, if it's later than 4 days. If it's later than 7 days, then you lose points from distinguished, which is an A. I don't expect you to list a summary of readings. Kamara said this, Chingo said this, Tosh said this. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to respond to the writing prompt and then use those resources to support your opinion. All of you have an opinion on large-scale standardized tests, so it shouldn't be too hard. We will be looking at cost. Many of you will rail about that. In one of the articles, it gives a huge figure about how much standardized tests cost. Of course, that's nationwide. When we talk about per district costs, a little bit different. There is an article by Chingos detailing the cost of creating these tests. Be informed before you start ranting. If you still want to rant, fine, but you better know what that article says about the cost of tests. There are also articles on becoming a psychometrician. What's that, you say? Inquiring minds will find out. There is much out there on the web to support whatever your opinion. A good place to start is procon.org standardized tests. Remember to upload your initial post in Module 5, Learning Activities, Assignments, Assessments Due. I already got an email about that. This is the same as the first discussion board. Your initial post you upload as a Word document or a PDF file so it can be checked by Turnitin for plagiarism. Also, I check your APA. And then if I still see the same mistakes in this one, I'll yell at you. Slap your hand. Metaphorically. All my sources are referenced properly in Module 5. This is the same initial post that you will cut and paste into the discussion board. So you don't have to do two different initial posts. The same one you upload, but you upload it as a Word document. In the discussion board, you cut in, paste it into the text box. And your discussion groups are the same as they were in the first discussion board, assessment literacy. There's a standard multiple choice quiz. This I think you'll find a little easier than the one you took last module. On the topic of norms and test scores. You should be able to find all the answers in Cohen and Spencer, Popham, and my presentation. Popham textbook, that is. There's a hard copy in the module course materials, as there was last module, which you should download and take first. After taking the hard copy, I would suggest going into the quiz discussion board and discussing the questions. Remember, no answers, please. I monitor that occasionally, and I'll go in and delete anyone that gives an answer. It's a formative tool where you will enhance understanding by discussing the questions rather than giving the answers. I would then take the quiz online the first time, go back to the quiz discussion board, and talk about the ones you got wrong. Unfortunately, most of you will immediately take the quiz twice. What I call a MO, a missed opportunity. Finally, keep going on your vocabulary in your own words. That template, again, is in the overview page down at the bottom. There are several terms in this session's materials: norm and criterion reference test and standardized tests. If you do this as the course moves along, you won't be stressed when it's due on the last day of the course. The same goes for the final baseline survey. So I look forward to your comments on large-scale tests. Remember to keep an open mind.